I wanted to wait a while before making this video because I knew Hasan would be freed really quickly. The ban means absolutely nothing to him, and what we've found out through the past couple of days has really boiled my piss. It really is shocking that a website can get away with a lot of stuff like this, and it just basically shows that they want to go down on Hasan so much that they are willing to let the entire world know how much they will gobble him down. Now, I watched Tectone's video, which I want to go over it a little bit.
Twitch just really is a joke, isn't it? In big 2025, my ass got banned for 2 weeks. I lost all ad revenue for 3 weeks over calling a woman who is 150 pounds over the obesity mark, a morbidly obese woman. I called a fat woman fat in 2025 after this woman has repeatedly come after me, my family, my friends, as well as the soldiers, and made multiple 9/11 jokes without ever getting banned. I get banned for calling her fat, and Twitch DMs me and says to leave her alone if I don't want further issues. Hasan gets banned for 24 hours.
This is what gets me, to be honest, with all the stuff that's happened with Twitch. Hasan and Frogan and all that lot as well. I'm not going to go after Frogan's weight. I generally don't give a shit about that whatsoever. But what I do give a shit about is her attitude towards people. The whole 9/11 cake, wishing PTSD on American soldiers, and other things that she has done. But yet, if someone goes after her, she starts crying. Hell, you had one streamer that turned around and said one thing that was not even that mean, and she made an entire stream breaking down and crying because she wasn't, in his eyes, the rising star of Twitch. Hell, she's been it twice. I didn't know you could do that. But the thing is, if she can dish it out and she can't take it, then why is she bothering to say anything? It's just stupid. It's fucking stupid. When hearing that Tectone was banned for calling her fat and he lost his money and it could have been a long-term or permanent ban, it was just absolutely fucking stupid. Twitch is definitely on the side of Hasan and others like him, and this paints Twitch in such a bad light. But it also tells me that Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world, supports everything that Hasan, Denims, as well as Frogan says. And until they actually come out and do something about Twitch, then they are promoting all of this sort of stuff. The whole 24-hour ban thing was a complete joke, and from what was going around, Hasan doesn't even stream on a Sunday, and Twitch, which we'll get to later on, knew about this. So far, we've had Hasan show terrorist propaganda on his channel. He had a massive hard-on when talking to a Houthi pirate, and he literally got so excited that he watched One Piece. The main thing about all of this is that Hasan will scream and yell at someone that he thinks if his voice is louder than anyone, then he wins the complete debates or arguments that he's going on. It's just a really shitty way. You're not a child. You are a grown 40-year-old man. The fact is that when people go over your head, you can't take it. You just can't take it. So you then resort to name calling, lying about them, and just hoping that your chat agrees with you.
What this means is that Twitch has their eyes on what Hasan's doing. This means that Twitch is well aware of everything it is that he has done, everything it is that he said, the negative effect it's had on this platform, as well as the negative effect it's had on the community, as well as the creators. They are fully in understanding of all the damage that he has done, the radicalization of the viewers, as well as the harm, the slanderous comments he's made towards Asmongold, calling Asmongold a murderer, a pedophile, calling me a rapist, an abuser, a pedophile, calling Nox a pedophile, calling Mudahar a pedophile, calling anybody he disagrees with a crime and attempting to ruin their lives. And people like us are going to have to deal with this criminal shit forever due to the way that he dictates himself, due to the way that he carries himself, and due to the way that he carries out a stream.
I find this appalling, to be honest, the fact that Twitch allows this, or even Amazon, because remember, they run the site and they have to take the blame for allowing someone to actually say all these things. And yet they do absolutely nothing. But yet, if you call someone fat, then you get banned because it might hurt someone's feelings. And that's not nice. Dan, the CEO of Twitch, absolutely loves Hasan and will never get rid of him off the platform because I'm guessing it's all the money that comes in from his supporters or ad companies or whatever. The only reason why I think the ban actually happened was it was the news that stepped in and talked about this and shone a light. So people are like, oh my God, Twitch is this. But that is probably the only reason. Also, by slandering people and calling them all that isn't a good look. What boils my piss is that Twitch is letting all this happen and Hasan is just getting a free ride on a lot of things.
Hasan, the guy who called the police on his ex-girlfriend. Hasan, the guy who has self-admittedly gone to a Diddy party asking for P. Diddy, a known sex offender, a known pedophile's sloppy seconds. Hasan, the guy who has said, old enough to count, old enough to mount. Hasan, the guy who was going to a brothel with sex workers that were sex trafficked, including children. This guy, the guy who goes live and calls people criminals, tries to get them blacklisted from every type of social situation they could ever be a part of. The guy who has attempted to ruin lives, not with facts, but the truth, not merely reporting on what is happening, but creating a false sense of reality for everybody to fall in line with. And if you don't, he will ruin you. This guy.
The fact that he went to brothels, he went to a Diddy party, the fact that all of this happened and yet Twitch still platforms him and protects him out of all this sort of stuff. It's just fucking horrible, and it shows that Dan is okay with absolutely everything on this. It puts a bad taste in your mouth when someone like this would be protected all the time and yet throws a hissy fit when he gets punished. I do think that they should be banned for a lot longer. The site favors him so much and I don't think it's fair at all. The site is pathetic and it shows that you can stream propaganda, you can show terrorist videos and have people on stream that are killing people. You have people that support harassment, and yet if anyone else would do this, there would be a knock on the door and you'd be like, oh man, is that my Amazon delivery? But nope, it's a police officer disguised as a delivery driver bringing you a nice pair of shiny handcuffs and that they take you away. I generally know that every site is not a good thing at times, but I feel safe streaming on YouTube. Hell, I would probably go to Kick if I had to. Twitch, I feel, is a dangerous place for what they promote. I think that if you're not going to make sure that the platform is safe or at least fair, then what are you actually doing? Why do you have a terms of service? You should literally put down, you cannot break any of the 2S not unless you are Hasan Piker, and then have his face smiling knowing that he can get away with anything. Would also Twitch extend the same sort of courtesy to people who were doing the same things as like Hasan, to showing literally the same footage over and over and over again? Or is it that Dan just prefers Hasan because he has rich pockets? I would imagine that if Dan needed a favor from Hasan, Hasan would be like, nah, fuck off.
Insane. Hasan, in case you don't know, didn't get banned for calling Asmongold a murderer, for calling Nuxtaku a pedophile, for going live and trying to run every streamer's name to the mud, potentially radicalizing his viewers to cause violence in the streets, for promoting and actively bringing on terrorists on his stream. That is not what he got banned for. He got banned for merely talking about a terrorist document. Just talking about it. That is it. Which means merely talking about a terrorist document gets you a ban. But bringing one on stream, promoting terrorists, saying they're like Monkey D. Luffy, saying America deserved 9/11, for saying Hamas deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. You say all of that, and it falls on deaf ears.
What TechDon't is saying is all true. I feel that as Twitch isn't stepping in and stopping Hasan and holding him accountable, Then if something big happened and someone said they were doing it all for Hasan, then Twitch wouldn't do anything at all. But you would have Hasan be like, what? Whoa, wait, that's crazy. And then go on to other things. If Twitch has to do something, then the mainstream media need to talk about it, and then something happens. Until then, they just sleep and do absolutely nothing about it. Also, didn't Hasan turn around and call Nick Diorio fat? And hang on a minute, if I remember, that's a bad thing. You know, being called fat is worse than terrorism. So why hasn't Hasan been banned for 3 weeks because of all that? Nah. They would rather sing happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this.
This is a tweet from Asmongold, and Yeet tweeted this out. Asmongold speaks on 24-hour ban at Twitch. 24-hour suspensions serve no purpose and act more often as a reward than a punishment through the extra attention they create. Why ban for critiquing a terrorist manifesto stroke propaganda, but not for the endorsement? Is criticizing terrorism TOS, but promoting isn't? Make it make sense. And this basically is in the response to what happened when Hasan was showing those music videos to his friend and to his audience, and then just upping and leaving for a little bit, and then saying like, oh, they were very musical people. And it's just such a weird thing that Twitch didn't step in. Yet you have Twitch ban people for the most silliest of things in the world. So how come they didn't step in? But yet going over a manifesto, Twitch is like, oh shit, ban him for 24 hours. It's a fucking joke. The fact is, Hasan's been doing this for such a long time. And now it's only that Twitch steps in when something bad happened on the media. But again, it's okay for Twitch and Amazon to support terrorism. I didn't think that Amazon would be doing that. He tweeted out this. XQC leaks that Twitch will sometimes contact their biggest streamers and work out a ban around their schedule. When you're about to get banned, they send you a DM. Also calls out Hasan's chat for their actions during the reading of the manifesto. So let's just watch this clip.
Okay, chat, guys. I will leak, guys. I will leak a secret. I'm gonna leak a secret. Ready, chat? Guys, I don't know if it still works like that. Back in the days, it worked like that. Okay. When you're about to get banned, they send you a DM. Your partner manager will send you a DM and will contact you. Okay. And if it's like, oh, dude, can we hold off until this day or whatever? Sometimes they'll listen. Okay. It wouldn't surprise me if they timed the ban so where like it would be as half day off or day off or whatever. It is what it is. That's just kind of how it goes. That's like it's like a known thing. When I had my like week ban for like a cheating or whatever, they're like, yeah, they're gonna get banned from this day. I just took it how it is, but I think there was like a conversation or whatever on yo, there's a week ban now, whatever. Or last time it was, oh, when you're gonna end your stream, you're probably gonna get banned. That's what it was. The one before that ban. It was, and I was like, okay, well then I'll stay live until fucking like 3 a.m. or some shit like that, because I mean, and that's what I did. What? Yeah, they probably asked them to. There's probably a chance that they've contacted him yet, and then so they organize his ban properly. But it's not too crazy because he did the action like a day before. Also, I think manifestos are cringe as fuck. The fact that Hasan had his Chinese emoji mode, yo. If I was reading this shit and I was emoji mode and the chat was saying hearts and sages, bro, I would delete my account, Loki. I'm not kidding. Bro, I would be so disappointed. I would actually just delete my fucking Twitch account and I would just find something else to do. That's just fucking bullshit.
Now knowing this means that Twitch were definitely on his side. Hey, what day are you off? Oh, I'm off on a Sunday. Cool. That's when your ban kicks in. Boom. You are completely and utterly banned for that one day. But see you on Monday. See you Monday. It's so fucking cringe. It's so fucking stupid. But also reading the manifesto, what the fuck were you thinking about? Well, I mean, it's Hasan, so he doesn't really give a shit, does he? Because he can do whatever he wants. But also having your chat in emote only, Oh my god, why would you fucking do that? Just let the chat go crazy because you do that anyway. You don't moderate it anyway, so what the fuck is the point? It just proves that Hasan can get away with pretty much anything and he can do no wrong in the eyes of Twitch. He could do so much stuff that would be against the law and Twitch would bake him a cake and Dan would deliver it in a special outfit just for him.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this.
Now, Hasan made a video on his channel about the entire thing. And to be honest, I can't actually take anything he says seriously. He doesn't know how out of touch he is and make people believe him when he's done so much shit wrong. I don't trust any of his takes. He makes a point in the video that he was trying to give you the media spin on things and hold your hand through what they are saying. But when you look at it, then he's doing the exact same. Don't trust what the news say. Trust me only and no one else. He's definitely saying, hey, those people are wrong, but I am right. Just listen to me. I am the only person that you should be listening to. My take is better than anybody else's, and you won't find a better take anywhere. He also goes on about how Twitch is deplatforming him, that they clearly aren't. 24 hours is like a short break. And again, on a day you're not even streaming, it just fucking pisses me off that he has this sort of mindset. Daddy Twitch has told Hasan he can't have a cookie, and baby Hasan has just gone on a rampage through the house screaming and shouting and goes to mummy YouTube to complain. Now, I will give him credit. The effects on his YouTube video were really smooth and I kind of liked them. That was about it. With closing on the video, it just frustrates me so much that Twitch would ban different people, even if they spoke about the same things that Hasan would talk about. I think that if you're going to run the site fairly, then people would actually respect it more and would want to come back to the platform. With everything that's been happening lately, Twitch is declining. But I think that if they just changed everything and worked out the banning process and that, I think people would come back if it was more and wasn't one-sided. I generally think people would come back. Banning Hasan for a day while he's not streaming isn't a punishment at all. If you're going to ban people for saying something of a particular nature and then let someone promote terrorists and such, it just shows that being called fat is worse than terrorism and that Amazon and Twitch are absolutely okay with this. Now, I generally don't think Amazon really knows. I think it's basically Twitch is in the corner and they've just walked off and they've not checked on it for a while. But I would imagine that if they saw everything that Hasan and his friends were saying, then they would literally like shut it down. I generally think they are 100% on board with this. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. While you're down there, why not hit the like and subscribe? I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and your help would absolutely mean everything to me. And with that, I am going to leave it here.